every single second of every single day. You know, for you guys not having as much skin in the game, I'm sure it is a little further away. For me, fun stat I saw yesterday or this morning, kind of forget, it all blends together as you're waiting for the Super Bowl. Josh McDaniels going in to call his 9th Super Bowl, which is ridiculous. I don't know how many OCs. I know he has at least 3, possibly 4, and then maybe going on his 5th offensive coordinator as in the Super Bowl for him, which is amazing. And then the mic'd up stuff that has come out from the AFC and NFC Championship on both sides has been remarkable. Drake Maye talking to his team, talking to the coaches. I believe we have one of him talking to Josh McDaniels here.
Hard.
I know.
Good job.
Listen, look at me. It's going to be hard, but look, this will be the most rewarding 6.5 minutes of our lives if we can get it done.
What a
You know what I mean?
speech. What a speech from Josh McDaniels in real time. In the moment. You think he was expecting Drake Maye, his 23-year-old quarterback, to say, man, this is so hard right now.
Hard as shit.
And then just having to immediately go into all we have is the 6 inches in front of us, and like him immediately going into inspiration, motivation in that moment. You talk about 9 Super Bowls he's been in. It's like there's a reason. That was an impressive moment of coaching, I thought, of like leadership whenever I saw that clip. And I also appreciate the fact that this is a 23-year-old man. He's experiencing a lot of these things for the first time. They didn't know if he was going to be able to win games in the playoffs until we see him win some games. And we don't want to hear it, which is obviously a realistic conversation because we've seen some people in the biggest moments kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
Is Drake Maye going to be one of those guys? Now, has he played his absolute best football in the playoffs? No. Is he in the Super Bowl as a 23-year-old in his second year and first year in a system? Yes. This dude's unbelievable, and what that video showed me is that, first of all, Josh McDaniels, Drake Maye, obviously very close.
Yes.
Okay, Josh McDaniels, I see now why he is who he is. That was who knows the moments he's had to have with Tom. Everybody sees Tom at the end and he's the GOAT. Mm-hmm. What about whenever, he was in his building process still trying to get better? There's moments of, what's that called whenever you're open up, moments of
vulnerability?
There it is, yeah. I try to stay away from those, but there's moments of vulnerability there that are happening between, player and coach. And listening to Josh immediately didn't even think.
Yeah.
It was like his first response was like, brother, I know it's going to be hard, but this could be the most rewarding 6.5 minutes of our lives. And then immediately afterwards, Josh and them hugging like, hey, we got through it, we did it. We're nowhere near where Drake Maye is going to go to.
No.
And that's like kind of the scary thing if you think about having to deal with the Patriots fans being all the way back, and maybe Vrabel being potentially a second ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if he's good enough to be second ballot at this point. I think you need 2 or 3 Super Bowls to make it on the second ballot. But the thing with Drake, too, that is so cool, he hasn't played his best full game, but there has been halves. Like that second half against the Texans and the second half against the Chargers, if you're just looking at it from the outside in, maybe, I don't know, the people who watch tape, I saw this morning that 11 of 11 ESPN analysts have picked the Seattle Seahawks to win the Super Bowl already. But when you watch the first half progression to the second half, that's where McDaniels comes in too, big time for me. You mentioned Jesse Minter coming on. I'm interested to see what the Patriots did in the second half versus the Chargers, because I think he went 11-14 for 150 and a touchdown, and he didn't have those turnovers early on, and that is all, credit to McDaniels and the adjustments that are made. And, you see the all-white uniforms. I do believe, to kind of go back to what you were mentioning earlier about how the Patriots are the home team and Seattle's the away team, which makes no sense. The higher seed should be the home team. The Patriots wore their all-white uniforms only on the road. So I do believe they are still carrying the road warriors mentality to the Super Bowl.
That's awesome. I can't wait to watch. But every time I watch anything from Drake, whether it's him celebrating afterwards, whether it's him talking to the media, whether it's him going out on the field, doing something, it's like, there's so much more for this guy.
Yeah.
Think about what he was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They said he couldn't play in the NFL for 2 years because his footwork, the way he did things, he's going to have to develop. It's going to take him a long time. He's very athletic. You've seen him play basketball. Obviously, he can make a lot of plays, but he's 2-3 years of development. That's what you're looking for. That is a good draft. Drake Maye's a good draft pick. That was what was being said about him. So, and I think that is because I think that was accurate assessment of him. I think he was a bit wild. I think he was a bit like a gunslinger. I think he was just best athlete on field all the time, any sport he was playing. He was best athlete. But then you don't counter in there like, well, if he is the best athlete, then you think if he has a good work ethic, he should be able to get better than and better and better and better and better. So I think Drake Maye is nowhere near what he's going to be like 5 years from now. I don't think he's anywhere near what he's going to be like a year from now.
Yeah.
And I think he's a computer, too, in between the years, from what it sounds like. With Josh McDaniels leading him, it's like, these mic'd ups are scaring me. These mic'd ups are scaring me as AFC Colts fan.
No, I mean, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That's the scary part is he's probably going to be entering his prime 5 years from now. And, like, you know, you can nitpick and say whatever you want, talk about how easy, you know, their schedule has been. Like, there is nothing easy about making it to the Super Bowl. Like, we watch the NFL every single week. Like, teams who shouldn't lose, they end up losing. So, like, what he's been able to do is remarkable. And I think, you know, you look at the Brady comparisons, like, think back to Brady's first Super Bowl he won. He didn't throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like, Drake Maye has done exactly what has been asked of him, and he hasn't had the catastrophic mistake in moments where you would normally point to a young guy and be like, oh, see, like, he's going to learn from that next year. Like, he hasn't had any of those moments. Yeah, he's not, you know, having, like, an MVP type, you know, stat, playoff run here, but that doesn't matter. He's doing everything that he needs to do to win, and that's a testament to not only Mike Vrabel, but Josh McDaniels as well.
We talk about his legs, you know, we chatted about how at North Carolina he led the Tar Heels in rushing and passing for a season. Nobody really talks about him being an athlete because he's so big. So I think people just automatically say, oh, he's too big to be athletic. Go watch his hoop highlights. Dude, true hooper. This guy, actual hooper here. 10 rushes, 129 rush yards, 6 first downs, 4 explosives, and they're not really doing it. Like, it's not really like a thing. You'd much rather be a quarterback. But if you just completely unleash RPOs with Drake Maye on a game, I think he goes for over 100. I think obviously everything else opens up. I think it's an insane night. But they're also trying, I think, to make sure he knows he has to survive in this whole thing. Balancing survival versus what he could definitely do with his legs if he wanted to has to be an interesting balance for Josh McDaniels.
Especially after his first year. Like, since this is his first year in this offense, which again is ridiculous. In his rookie year, I think he had like 3 concussions. He didn't start the first 5 games, got his first start, and then during, you know, that was his big problem. He got hit in the back of the head against the Jets, and then he got tackled a few kind of awkward lands, slammed his head on the ground, and he's had to do that this year, which has been noticeably different. Like, when he does run, he's going down way earlier than he should, or not than he should, rather, than he did his first year. And then there are still a couple times where he will stand in there, run, and not slide. And that's when you can kind of see even, you know, Vrabel be like, hey, dude.
And Josh McDaniels says, hey.
Exactly.
Whole place here. Hey, that was the messaging that I think if you listen to some of the OGs talk to, like, Luck, you know, because Andrew Luck was like,
yes,
no play left behind, okay? Every play has to live up to its maximum potential. You need to play the play however the play can be played to its max limits. For the respect of football, for the good of ball, for the good of the play, for the respect of your teammates, for the respect of your coach that made the call. Like, that's how Andrew Luck viewed football. So, like, trying to tell him, like, hey, you just need to go down and just go out of bounds. He's like, yeah, but, like, that's not really football. It's like, wow, kind of took like an alpha response there. Like, you know, like that's kind of there's some quarterbacks that just can't get that, they can't shake that. I think Andrew got better later in his career, I think, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I've not watched